the sun is shining, birds are winging, no rain is falling from a heavy sky. What do you want me to do for you, to see you through?
If you wanted to turn and understand his legacy, you could talk to any of his former students, and I think that, where he was, kind to all, I think he had a soft spot for students who struggled and for students who were at risk, and really went out of his way to make sure that those students felt loved and that they felt like they had a chance of being successful. So you could probably ask in the community, and there'd be, anywhere you go in town, somebody would say to you, like, if it wasn't for Arnold, I wouldn't have graduated high school.
He wasn't afraid to share a piece of himself outside of professionalism. It's like we worked together, we lived together basically for 8 hours a day. We'd been at each other's houses. I think everybody had been to his house at one point or another in our career here. He really loved what he did. I think that's what's so important to remember about him, is whatever he did for the best of his students, for our students.
He 100% wanted it to be a community. It's written community of learners and everything we have written. He wanted to be a community. He wanted to be like one student body, one faculty, and he really wanted the community to buy in. And people are always asking, like, for such a small school, only open 23 years, how do you have like that many state championships? And, even though he's not here, it's his legacy.
Probably a big thing that people should know about Arnold is that every kid deserves a second chance, a third, a fourth. You don't slam a door on a kid. And we had some kids, and you remember them as well, I'm sure. They would walk the halls and not do a damn thing. And Arnold would invite them in his office for a cup of coffee.
Whereas you saw some stories from other students who were homeless, who were dealing with drug issues. And to hear them tell the stories about how he made sure that they graduated high school and made sure that they had a safe place to come to every day, like, that's the stuff that most people take for granted. And just to realize, like, he made sure that everybody had a chance. He put every bit of energy that he had into it. And I think that's why he had so much care. Like, he was at all the games, the plays, dropping into classes. The door was always open in the office. That's not just from any old administrator. That's for someone whose complete effort went into this place.
I think that this was his baby. He knew that he had built this school from the ground up, and so, we always talk about the Woodland way, but I think the Woodland way was his way of trying to instill in others that, what our most important job is not just to raise students who had, strength of academic content and who were going to be good students, but he wanted them to be good people more than anything.
You can see it every day. His impact on the people that are here now, I see it in Dr. Mulligan and Mr. McKenzie and in Mr. Ogren. I think the lasting impact here is the community here at Woodland, the family atmosphere here, that we lead with sort of kindness and empathy.
That the Woodland way is a higher standard of behavior, like excellence, academics, athletics.
That he set for the Woodland way is he always saw this place as very culture driven. The Woodland way is all about not only student culture but staff culture. It's about the sense of pride. Like, the Hawk Pride thing is not just a hashtag, it's not just something you can yell. Like, it really is overall a guiding light of the school.
It means being respectful, being a good person, being good to yourself and those around you, your community. Represent Woodland in everything you do in life.
Really, it kind of is what we all aspire to be here at Woodland, the community of learners and kind of coming together and having that like mutual trust and respect towards each other, whether it be faculty, staff, students. It kind of just brings us all together, and it's really our motto and what we kind of strive to be here at Woodland.
coming from a school that didn't have an advisory program and then coming into the advisory program here really makes you understand what his philosophy and what his intent was in creating a daily advisory versus what a lot of schools do, which is not a daily. The whole object of it was that you had a person. You know, every kid was going to have a person, an adult that they could turn to.
First thing I noticed about the advisory program is that every single kid in school has one teacher who's looking after them.
Dr. Frank was always a person you could go talk to. He was always very accessible. And I think one thing that was very telling about him is when he started the advisory program, he wanted to have an advisory, and he always did. And most other schools that do an advisory program do not have administrators do advisory. And for right, wrong, or indifferent, but I think that made everybody buy into advisory, and to this day, that's why advisory remains not an afterthought here, it's a forethought because of the way that he wanted to connect to people.
Dr. Frank just starts laughing, and he's like, oh, wait until I tell you my story. He was outside cleaning his gutters in his house, and he saw a bat come out, so he decided to take a hose and push the hose into the gutter. Bats flew out everywhere.
This was after his Parkinson's had sort of advanced a bit, and there were, some of the later visits he was sort of confined to a chair or confined to a wheelchair. And, you would think that would get somebody down. He still would, fill the room with discussion and curiosity and questions.
Always remember him as a great leader, number one, and then again, delegating and allowing people to do their things and being down to earth and being a human being, not just your principal of the school. And he was just so genuine, like you could work a hard week and then, on Friday, maybe go to happy hour.
Just hang out his office mornings before school would start. We talked about everything, any and everything. Rock concerts, the Allman Brothers, Bob Dylan, Stones, you name it.
Vividly remember going in his office, especially that first day, and seeing some of the album covers he had on his walls there. I still remember the Bob Dylan. He had the Grateful Dead, some other stuff. It's all music that I loved and enjoyed. So that was an instant connection. We talked about music, talked about books we had read, some of our life philosophies. So from that very first moment that I met him, I knew we had some kindred spirits kind of tied in together.
I don't know, Arnold you knew from the moment that you met him that he was a caring person. Like you could just tell that this is somebody you wanted to be around. He had a warm spirit to him that I think that anybody within the first 5 minutes of having a conversation with him, then you knew that that's somebody that you enjoy your time with.
A lifetime of memories with him. I mean, he's the man that brought me to Woodland. So, I'll always cherish him and be grateful to him for that,
He could relate to you in so many different ways. When my twins were born, he really identified with that because we went through very similar experiences with our children.
But I'm lucky that I met him and I had his guidance at the time that I did because it really helped my life for the better.
He was the best of the best. And I wish you were here at the time to see him because you will never meet another administrator the way he was, like him.